I'm Tia Borden with MiningIR. We are here, it's day 2 at the Mines and Money Resourcing Tomorrow conference in London. Joining me is Ken MacLeod, President and CEO of Sonoro Gold Corp. Ken, can you give us a little background on the company?
Oh, certainly. Sonoro Gold is based in Vancouver, BC in Canada, and we're operating in the northwestern state of Sonora in Mexico, and our operations are entirely within Sonora state.
What's Mexico like as a mining jurisdiction?
Mexico as a whole has got a mixed bag as far as being a mining jurisdiction. Some states are very, very good for permitting. Some are not so good. But we're in what I consider to be one of the finest jurisdictions in the world for permitting a gold mine, Sonora State. It's by far the best state in Mexico. And in fact, I would say one of the best jurisdictions in the world to permit a gold mine.
And is it pretty well developed?
It is very well developed. There are numerous there's about 25 major gold mines in Sonora State. And there's probably around 38% of the gold produced in Mexico each year is mined in Sonora State. So it's very well defined. The economy of Sonora is reliant on gold mining as to 23% of the entire economy. So it is a very powerful component of the Sonoran infrastructure and the Sonoran economy.
And you have one flagship project. Can you tell us a bit about that project?
Well, I have two projects in Sonora,
okay.
But we'll focus on one today, the Cerro Caliche project. And this is a project I've been working on for the past 4.5 years. We started drilling 4 years ago. We've now got a total of 55,000 meters of drilling under our belts. We've defined a resource based upon drilling to 2021, a resource of 430,000 mineable ounces. And since then, we have drilled another 7,000 meters of what I consider to be higher grade, but it has not been added to the resource yet. And we're in the process of doing that as we speak.
What were the highlights of this past year for you?
There's been a lot of lowlights because the market has been so poor, so I want to emphasize that. And in fact, that is what makes a very attractive proposition for investors at this point in time. Some of the producers and the non-producers like us have been hammered down in price as far as share price is concerned. So it makes it a very attractive investment for a potential investor to come in at this time and snatch up what is an undervalued stock. That's fine, but the highlights for the year have been that we produced a PEA, preliminary economic assessment, in June of this year, which demonstrated the 430,000 mineable ounces. We demonstrated the commercial validity of the project, and since that time, we're now adding another 7,000 meters of drilling to the mix. And I fully expect that will be a significant contributor to the overall size and the grade of the resource. And we expect to get the updated resource estimation by Christmas.
So this coming year will be a big year for you.
Coming year is going to be a milestone year for us for one very specific reason, and that is we fully intend to start construction of the mine in 2023. And the two elements that I'm working on and waiting for right now would be the resource estimation update, which is being done by SRK, consulting out of the Denver office. And secondly, the receipt of the project permit, the environmental permit to construct the mine. And we are very, very close to achieving that environmental permit approval. I'm expecting it in Q1 of 2023.
Ken, tell us what some of the catalysts are for investors or what they should be aware of.
Catalysts, of course, the most important one is the project economically viable? And we've done our initial PEA based on a $1,750 gold price. And the economics are sound, and that's based upon a 15,000 ton per day throughput, which gives us 45,000 net ounces a year of gold production. And the internal rate of return is about 45% on that. Now, I fully expect with the introduction or the addition of the new 7,000 meters of drilling, that it will even improve into an even stronger internal rate of return and a longer life of mine. The current life of mine is 7 years, and my goal is to, over the coming months, be able to demonstrate at least a 10-year life of mine. Now, once we're in production, I think the most important element for our shareholders right now we're not drilling at this point in time. We decided not to dilute the shareholders anymore at this point in time by raising capital, by raising equity to continue with the drilling program, because the share price is depressed, as you can well imagine, and we're not the only ones out there who are depressed. But as we go into production, start generating revenues, which I would anticipate in early 2024, we will then be able to divert some of the funding, some of the cash flow into additional drilling. And the goal is to realize the full value of the project by doing as much as another 100,000 to 200,000 meters of drilling, which I believe will be able to fully realize the value of the project at that time.
And an important question to ask, why should our investors invest with you? What are the top three reasons?
One of the top three reasons, I would say the first is people. We have a technical team and a management team that is capable of taking projects through all the way from early stage exploration all the way to production. In fact, my chief geologist, the vice president of exploration, Mel Herdrick, he's been involved in over 5,000 meters, 5,000, I'll rephrase. Okay, I'll go back a little bit on this one.
Okay.
So, one of the key components of any successful mining company is having a management team and a technical team that is able to take a project through from early stage exploration all the way to production. And we have that in abundance. Our VP Exploration in Mexico, Mel Herdrick, is responsible for the discovery of over 5 million ounces of gold over his 45 years of experience in seeking gold in the ground in the United States, first of all, and then in Mexico, and most of it's been in Mexico. Our VP of Operations in Mexico, Jorge Diaz, is a mining engineer, educated at Colorado School of Mines, and he's been involved in the design, construction, and operation of 12 gold mines in northern Mexico. So we have the expertise in-house to be able to bring this project through to production and operate it as well.
Which is very important.
Along with them, we have a strong technical team, environmental team, and a geological team. So we're very well focused within Mexico, and a wealth of talent is available to us in the local community in Hermosillo and the area we're operating under. We're surrounded by producing gold mines, 3 producing gold mines, and so we're not alone in this particular region, and it's a region that, as I mentioned before, is reliant on gold mining for the lifeblood of the economy.